Hey guys, I know you all are probably like, where in the world was Angelina? Um, as you all know, if you've ever gone on live with doing presentations, you sometimes have little tech issues. And so that's what we were having. So my apologies. Thank you all so much for your patience. Um, again, we have Natasja Marquez on. If you were on last week, you know that she was going over some great information in regards to different loan products, what was available, things with credit, no income, no credit, no criteria. And so what we're doing now is that we had so many people reach out to us. We're doing it again, where we're going through and we're going to go through these things again for you. And not only that, we're also going to talk about some of the other programs too that we said we was going to make as well. And so what we did to make it easy for people too is that we kind of put together this slideshow. So as she's going through them, you can make notes. But guys, at the end, if you were wanting to get more information, we have got to get you in touch with Natasja to get you started. Okay. So Natasja, I want to go through and just kind of introduce her again. For all of you guys who are on here, I'm Angelina McFadden, your Carolina real estate agent here. Doing in these streets, doing real estate things as always. Which is why I look the way that I do, because I got caught in the rain. So please excuse my my appearance. This lovely person that you see with this flowing hair on here is Natasja. That looks like she just stepped out of a magazine article. That's Natasja Marquez, who works with Aviscent Mortgage. Natasja and I have worked with over the years with, she used to be one of the top producing managers, regional manager at Bank of America, and one of the top producers at Bank of America, who is now with Aviscent because of the fact she wants to be able to give more information and be able to assist more people and have more creative ideas on how she can assist our clients. So Natasja, I'm going to let you take it away. We're going to go through it again. You just let me know as we go through them, and we're going to get started.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction, Angelina. Again, everyone, my name is Natasja Marquez for Aviscent Mortgage. I've been in the financial industry for over 12 years. Started my career at Bank of America, like Angelina stated. Was an originator, loan officer for many years, and I transitioned to a market leader role where I supervise the loan officers in South Carolina and Georgia. I am now working at Aviscent as a dedicated loan officer, and I'm really excited because it really opened up an array of new products that I wasn't exposed to at Bank of America. And we covered a few of them last week, and I'm glad that we're taking the time and going over them again because there's just such great products I was unaware of until I transitioned over to Aviscent. And having the ability to offer these non-cookie cutter loans to the masses, I think is so important for me because I help find solutions, right? Not everybody fits in that traditional box, in that bucket of great income, great credit, great assets. And sometimes we need to look at other pathways to help clients, become homeowners and help first-time investors, help experienced investors by using these non-traditional products. So a lot of the time spent today is going to be spent discussing these non-QM solutions so that we can find pathways when you're getting those roadblocks looking everywhere else. So I'm excited to partner up with Angelina to let you guys know what's available.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, guys. You know, we used to do these years ago, and we're starting back. And the reason why is because of the fact of the scare. You know, the media is doing their job with scaring us as, oh, it's high interest rates. Oh, there's this. Oh, the prices are high. Oh, and not only that, you may not be able to afford your agent. You may have to do it by yourself. We're coming on here to let you know what's really going on in our area. You know, a lot of the things that you're seeing is not really pertaining to the South Carolina area and to the North Carolina area, because we service those areas too. There are a lot of areas where you have really non-traditional loans that you could be able to utilize. You can own in 2024 something that you choose to do. you can invest. You can be able to do these things. So what we're going to do is talk about some of these non-traditional things for our self-employed people, my truck drivers, my Lyft, my Ubers, my Instacarts, my hairdressers, my realtors, because there are some real estate agents who do not know that these programs are available who want to start investing. We are wanting to let you know about these. And so that's why we're getting started on this today for you. The first loan that we talked about, which is everyone's favorite, which is well, actually all of them are going to be favorite as we go through them. The DSCR loan. And these are for investment properties only, guys. So for people, if you currently own a house or if you don't own a house, this is a loan that you may be interested in. Natasja, I'm going to let you just kind of go ahead and give a brief overview about this loan.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites too. DSCR loan, what that stands for is debt service coverage ratio. What these loans are instead of, so on your traditional loans, we're looking at things like debt to income ratio, right? We're looking to see what your debts are in relation to the income you're generating. So instead of qualifying you based on the income you're bringing in versus the debts that you pay out every month, we are going to qualify you based on rent potential. So no tax returns are needed. We don't need to validate your income. We're basically going to qualify you based on what is that rent going to be in this property that you're purchasing, and what is that in relation to the mortgage payment. As long as it is equal or greater than the mortgage payment, the loan will get approved. And you also have some other qualifying other qualifiers that we're going to look at, like credit score and things like that. But when it comes to income, we're not going to be looking at the traditional income docs. We're going to be looking at rent potential. And we do that during the appraisal. When the appraiser goes out there to do the valuation on the property, they're going to do something also called a rent schedule. And they're going to take a look to see what that particular house, what the market conditions look, and they're going to do a market analysis and determine what that rent potential is going to look like. And then as long as that number is equal or greater than the principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and any association dues, the PITIA, then your loan is going to get approved. So it is a wonderful loan for first-time investors, for experienced investors. We're really excited about it. We work with several lenders that offer this product. So minimum credit score is about 600. Again, we work with several lenders, so we look to make sure we're matching you up with the best product, the best lender. Minimum down payment, we're looking between 15 to 20%. And again, that's going to depend on credit score, which lender we're using. But that is one of the benefits of calling me and going over your options, because I'm going to shop the best lender for you. We have an array of lenders that offer this product, and based on your circumstances, the property, we're going to find the best lender to fit your needs. So very excited about this one. I really love this one. And this, like I stated, this is not just for first-time investors. This is not just for experienced investors, it's also for first-time investors. So very good first loan to do if you're interested in starting out in expanding your portfolio or starting your portfolio when you're looking at investment properties.
Awesome. And again, guys, if you all see, like she said, minimum credit score is $600. If you're looking at, 600 credit score, that's awesome. So for people who may not be, a homeowner, but you're wanting to get some investment properties, you're young, you don't know if you're going to stay in the city, but you at least want to start bringing that residual, this is something that you definitely want to start looking into, guys. Definitely. All right. Let's go. We're going to go to the next one, which is the bank statement product, which is, we've used this several times for our truck drivers. A lot of our self-employed people are using this with their primary properties.
Mm-hmm. We love this loan. This is another favorite. So this is, we use this especially for self-employed borrowers. Traditionally, if you were going to get a conventional loan or an FHA loan and you're self-employed, what's going to happen? We're going to look at your tax returns. And when you're self-employed, you have a lot of write-offs, right? And
Yeah.
unfortunately, sometimes that's not going to equal to being able to qualify to purchase a home. So this bank statement product, it is good for primary, second home, and investment. So all three. But instead of looking at your income through tax returns, we are going to look at your income through the deposits made in your bank accounts. So we either have a 12-month or a 24-month. We'll normally just do 12 months if you had better income earned the last 12 months of your self-employment. If your income was better the first 12 months out of the last 24 months, we'll normally ask them for the last 24 bank statements. And then what we're going to do is we're going to calculate all that income. And then there's a small expense factor, right? And that expense factor is going to differ between lender to lender. But and we look at things like how many employees do you have? Is it a service or a product business? But we have the ability to have an expense factor of as little as 0 or 10%, depending on the type of business, depending on what it is that you specifically do. But it's a great loan to qualify because, like I stated, instead of having to do those tax returns, and sometimes you're having to strategically do your tax returns sometimes to be able to qualify. So all those expenses that you traditionally had throughout the year, you're weary of adding them on because you're trying to qualify to purchase a property. You don't necessarily have to worry about that when you're doing that bank statement product. So it just really opens the door to another pathway, another way of being qualified when you're self-employed.
And, and I tell people all the time, when you're self-employed and you're wanting to get a home, people, you're doing 10%, but the question becomes, do you want to pay that to the IRS? Or do you want to pay that as an asset? So
Right.
If you don't have to do the tax returns, be able to just put the extra money down. Yes, you won't be able to do a VA loan or a FHA, which is 3.5%, but still 10%, guys, of a $250,000 house is 25 grand. Your tax is going to be well over that. And so
Right.
when you're looking at these things, that's something that you want to kind of keep in mind. Do I want to pay this towards my own assets, going to build money, or do I want to do it towards the end, towards the IRS in order to use one of the other loans to qualify for things like first-time home buyers and things of that such that may not be as beneficial for you, especially if you are a business owner. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The next one is the profit and loss statements, which is still kind of dealing with our self-employed business owners.
Mm-hmm. So this one's great because what we do is, instead of looking at bank statements, instead of looking at your tax returns, we're going to look at a profit and loss statement that is created by your CPA or your licensed tax preparer. So they're just going to create this. It's going to look very similar to the profit and loss that you have on your tax return, but it is going to be done by a CPA. And if that profit and loss, looks, it has you generating good income, then that's the pathway we want to go. Sometimes the profit and loss avenue is going to be a better pathway compared to the bank statement or compared to tax returns. So this is just another avenue to help those self-employed borrowers who, again, need to look at other methods when trying to get pre-qualified.
And guys, you can use either one or the other. So let's just say you've had a lot of expenses, but you have things you've had to buy out of your bank statements, and your profit and loss has it to where it showed all this money that you've made. Natasja's saying she can use that,
Mm-hmm.
and for all my business owners, you know how strong that is, to whereas, wait a minute, you can just use my profit and loss and that was actually in my bank account.
Right.
And so again, yes, it's a higher, now of course it has a higher minimum credit score, but still, you're still looking at 660, guys. all the things we're looking at so far. When I was, when Natasja sent me over everything and I was kind of compiling this, the great thing about it is I didn't see anything that was over 700 credit score. Everything, I think the highest one, am I correct, is like 660. And so with that just gives you so many options for those who think they have to have this perfect 800 or 750 and up score just to be able to get a home. You don't. I mean, you don't have to have that in order to invest.
Right. This is the profit and loss sometimes is a better fit than the bank statement if you're not making all your deposits to the bank statement. Sometimes you're cashing those checks, right? You have a client writes you a check, you go straight to the cashier and you cashing it. And there is no registry of some of those deposits, right? So sometimes profit and loss is just the better fit. So again, that's why it's such an important thing to make sure that you're contacting me so that we're looking at your overall picture to determine which one of the pathways is going to work best for you. Like Angelina said, this one is 660, so it does have a higher credit requirement than the bank statement, and minimum down payment is as low as 15% on this one. But it also is a great vehicle to use when we need to start looking outside of the box when we're trying to qualify our self-employed borrowers.
All right, and then our next one, this is the one that we definitely love, no income verification. If you don't want to provide bank statements and you don't want to provide your profit and loss, look what we got, guys. We have a no income verification.
So for no income verification, you're going to need a strong down payment. That one's going to be 20%. Of course, that's a riskier file, right? We're not verifying income. But what we are going to do is we are going to look to make sure you have adequate reserves. And we're going to look to make sure it's 12 months or greater in reserves when it comes to your PITIA, the principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and any association dues. We want at least 12 months of that, plus your minimum down payment. But this is a great avenue as well for those that are that have a lot of assets and a lot of cash, but not necessarily can prove income, right? So this is another avenue that we can take when we're trying to qualify clients. And this product as well is for primary, second home, and investment.
And guys, I don't know if you're all looking at these slides, but I'm looking at them. These are not just only for single family homes, for you all that want that multi-family units, the 1 to 4 properties, the condos, they are available. These programs, you can use that for them, okay? So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Now, for all my investors they probably don't want to hold anything or just want to flip and do some investing, we do have a fix and flip product that is available for you all too as well. I'm looking at the top thing. This says no minimum credit scores. Again, guys, if you've been wanting to invest in 2024, these are the products that you want to take advantage of. Take advantage of while you can. And if you don't mind, Natasja, just kind of going in more how the fix and flip programs work for people who may just want to just grab something and hold it right quickly and flip it.
Oh, absolutely. So fix and flips are great. It's short-term financing for those investors that are looking to buy and renovate properties. But it's short-term investment. It's exactly that. You're fixing the property, you're turning around, flipping it, putting it back on the market, and earning your money back plus profit, right? It's the whole point of doing this loan. So investors are looking to purchase distressed or undervalued properties. And they're looking for funds to make improvements. They want to make a quick turnaround. Typically, these are short-term financing, about a year or less, right? And they're looking to borrow the funds, make the reparations, make the renovations, and then turn around, sell it for a profit. So this is a great loan for those that are looking to generate income that way.
And guys, with this, with there being no minimum credit scores, and I don't know if one time we can have it to where you come on to talk about the debt to incomes or how this works, but guys, this is a game changer for those of y'all who are looking to flip, who's starting. With them now starting to weed through getting rid of wholesaling throughout the states. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but you have states from North Carolina now, South Carolina's following suit. They're getting away from the wholesaling unit altogether. So this will allow investors to be able to still partake into real estate, being able to make a profit and have access still to the funds to do so. So this is something you definitely want to take advantage of, because it may be that now you're not going to be able to wholesale it and make the deal work. You may have to now have those proof of funds and actually close on those deals to start kind of obtain these properties. And so that's why you really want to make sure that you're reaching out to Natasja, finding out these different programs, because we're having to now readjust a lot of things that we're doing in this real estate world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next thing that we want to talk about, this is the new did not talk about last time, guys, that we wanted to touch bases on. And this is for, and Natasja, I love you to go through a little bit more depth what these programs are. But this is for people who are here in this country. Guys, I'll give you a scenario. I have clients where they have literally applied for their citizenship prior to COVID and have not had that. If you do not know, it is hard in the USA to be able to obtain your citizenship. And so for that time period, we're looking at what, 4 years now since COVID's been here. People are wanting to purchase homes. Well, a lot of people think that if they do not have an actual license or the citizenship, that they're not able to purchase homes or property here in America, and you can. And I wanted Natasja to kind of go through this and just kind of explaining more of what this is and how this can be able to assist if you're one of those people that whereas you don't have those documents, but you are wanting to purchase a home and you're not wanting to rent anymore.
Mm-hmm. So ITIN loans, I'm starting to do a lot more of these. We're finding a big need, especially in South Carolina, as that demographic continues to expand and increase. But basically what the ITIN loan is, they're mortgage options for those individuals who don't have Social Security numbers. They have something that's called a taxpayer identification number. And what we do for those clients is we do want to make sure they have credit established. We do look at their credit history. There is the availability to look at non-traditional credit means for these borrowers. But we're also qualifying them based on, some of the same things that we look at for our clients that have Social Security numbers, but it's a pathway for them because, again, they're not going to qualify for a conventional loan or an FHA loan, but they do qualify for these non-QM loans, specifically these ITIN loans. What we do is we collect documentation like bank statements, profit and loss, but we collect those and we qualify them based on the income that they have that's coming in that we can see on their either tax returns can be one of the methods that we use to qualifying bank statements, profit and loss. But it's a pathway. It is a way for us to help secure loans for these clients. They work hard. They pay their taxes here in the U.S. We can provide some loan solutions for them. Minimum credit score is going to be around 620. We have some lenders that will allow a 15% down payment. Some require 20. But again, that's when I take a look at what the entire client profile looks like. I review the documentation with the client credit score, and that's going to determine down payment, required interest rate. But very excited about this product.
And then you also have the foreign national. What's the difference between that one and I-10 that we see here?
So I-10 borrowers are I-10 borrowers live and work in the United States. They specifically are given that taxpayer ID number from the IRS, and that's how they're going to file their taxes. Foreign nationals are borrowers with no legal residency or ability to work in the United States. They do not have these taxpayer identification numbers. U.S. credit's not required for these clients. If there is a stronger down payment required, in most cases, 25%. And this is not for primary dwelling. Unlike ITIN, we can do those loans for primary, but foreign nationals going to be second home or investment properties, because these individuals are considered residents of other countries. But we do provide financing options for those individuals as well.
So I'm going to ask you this. I don't think I've ever asked you. So what if you have, since you have the foreign national for people to purchase here, do you also have a program for U.S. citizens that are wanting to purchase in other countries?
Oh, I wish we did. No, all the financing we're going to do is for the United States. Oh, yes.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Well, guys, I really thank you so much for recapping. I know we went into a lot more. We dwelled into that a lot more on our last one, guys. If you wasn't able to join us for our tune in last week, just go to Deals with Angie. You can either go to the YouTube page, or you can go to Facebook, or Instagram, where you could be able to see the live that she kind of went a little bit more in details of this, and so that way you can just kind of be able to see. This right here was kind of a summary of what we talked about last week. Because we had so many people that asked questions, and so Natasja was very gracious enough to provide me with the information so we could be able to provide this to you to kind of go, because there's so much, but it's great info. And guys, you know, if you want to be able to talk to her directly, let me put her information on here. Let me do that now. I do have that, so that way you can be able to contact Natasja. Guys, this is her cell phone number here that you can be able to reach out. I did get her permission to give her cell phone out, so you can call her at this number, and she will pick up and return your phone calls. You can either call at this number, or you can either email her at natasja@aviscent.com. Like I said, these programs are not just for investors. These programs are for if you are wanting to purchase a home, if you've been told no, that you have not been able to qualify for the regular traditional loans because of either it could have been student loan, it could have been credit, it could have been your position, you haven't been at work long. You can be able, she's giving you options of how you can be able to purchase a home right now this year. Yes, do you have to put a little bit more down? You do. You know, with the non-traditionals, those are very popular because you don't have to put as much down. But with that, they are going to be strict with what they approve and what they allow. Here, you're having to have something that's non-traditional, that's going to be a little bit more flexible, so to speak. So yes, you have to put more down, but it ultimately gets you to what you're looking for. You just have to weigh the pros and the cons, and that's something that Natasja can be able to do. And she does have the traditional loans too, guys. If you're interested in FHA or want to do regular conventional or VA, she has access to those as well. But she's all about finding out what's going to be best for you as a whole. All right, and finding a scenario that's going to work for you, and that's what you want, you know, in your lender. Natasja, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, absolutely, Angie. You hit the nail on the head. I think it's just because I have so many different options, I'm not just going to look at one or two things. I'm going to take a look at the overall picture and help find the right solution for you. But the only way that I can do that is having an array of products and services that are at my disposition. So it's one of the great things that I have working at Aviscent is just having an array of products and services, and we will pinpoint together the right pathway for every client that connects with me. Angie is a great resource. I mean, really tap into her. She's very knowledgeable. When it comes to the financing side, it's okay. Even if you're not ready right now, if it's just asking preliminary questions, I'm here as a guide to help make sure that you're feeling comfortable and you're getting the information that that's needed in order for you to be able to determine when's the right time. And a lot of times, you know, clients think, oh, I'm not ready right now. I don't think I have the right score. I don't think I'm going to qualify. But sometimes talking things through, we find solutions and pathways. So I'm excited to connect with anyone who's interested in getting more information, and I'm happy that Angie has invited me on. I think we have a great partnership, and we have the same mentality when it comes to making sure that our clients have the knowledge needed in order to make educated decisions, because purchasing properties, it's a very complex process, and you need expertise, and that's what we're here for. That's what we're here to do, and that's what we're here for.
Exactly, guys. And again, buying a home or buying property is going to be one of the most expensive things you're going to do. You need to have proper guidance while you're going through these things and maneuvering through this process. And so you need to have a lender that's going to, for one, pick up their phone. They're going to explain to you what's going on, and they're going to show you your options. And at the end of the day, get the goal at hand that you're trying to accomplish, which is to get the property. And that's one of the things that Natasja has been able to do. Again, like I said, with these programs, we were able to have our business owner purchase $1 million property. And so that's how I know these loans work. We even had someone who had just left. We had someone, she's the youngest person, I think, almost in her family to purchase a home. And she didn't have the traditional type of job either, but she was able to purchase it through Natasja's program. And of course, I've had clients that she's worked with that are not documented, like I said, that have been waiting for citizenship. In that time period, they wanted to own their own home, and that's something that we were able to accomplish. You want to have someone that's all around that has these things, and unfortunately, not every firm and mortgage broker or bank are not going to have this, but here's someone who does. So I hope you took down her information and that you're going to reach out to her. Also, if you do not have representation yourself and you're like, hey, Angelina, I really just want to know what I need to do to get started. I'm looking at possibly purchasing a home or an investment property. Guys, reach out to us. Go to www.dealswithangie.com to be able to reach out, so we can reach out to you to get set up, to get you started. You can get started to owning your home, your investment properties, your primary residence, your portfolio getting started. You can start doing that now. And you have a team of people, of experts who have done this for years. I mean, Natasja, you've been doing this, over 10 years, 13, 14 years. I myself have been doing real estate over 10 years and dealing with foreclosures another 7. So you got 20 plus years of experience, almost 30 years of experience here just on this live that can be able to assist you in getting the goals at hand. Okay. Guys, as Natasja, was there anything else that you wanted to share with everybody?
No, just thank you for joining. And like I said, please feel free to reach out, even if you think it's a silly question, or you're not ready, but you just want some general information. We're just happy to help you on your pathway to home ownership, or investors who are looking to build their portfolio. We're really just wanting to help help our clients out, making sure that everybody has all the details, all of the information needed. And I think knowledge is power. And between Angie and myself, with the years that we've dedicated to helping people towards home ownership, that experience, that expertise is going to help you through that process. So we're excited to do that.
Exactly. And guys, like I said, you have 2 people here that has the experience. Like I said, I've worked with Natasja for years and had a great experience each and every time. And if she says she can do it, she can do it. Look, we just had a comment. These ladies are the dream team of home ownership. So these are people who are letting you know this is what we're doing. We are the dream team of home ownership, which is what we want. Home ownership, whether it's your personal, primary, or investment. Own property, guys. Do not let the fear tactic settle in that you cannot own. Because here's the thing, while they're telling us not to buy, everybody, all the millionaires are buying. They haven't stopped. They haven't stopped purchasing. They haven't stopped buying. They haven't stopped owning. That's what we need to do. It is obtainable for you. So don't allow, oh, well, I don't have enough money, or I don't have this saved, or my credit. Allow for us to tell you what needs to be done. And if you're not ready, guess what? We can be able to place you in an action plan. Everyone that has been placed in an action plan and has followed through the action plan has accomplished their goal that they're trying to do in real estate. That's the main thing. Get an action plan and stick to it. The main thing is you need to get started. Okay. As always, we're doing the Tuesday tune-ins every Tuesday at 7 p.m. We will be having Natasja back. I'm going to give her a break because I don't want to take up all her evenings. But we'll be coming back on for some more things. We'll also be recapping these things. These are live. If you have any questions, please do feel free to reach out to us, to send questions to us. We don't mind joining these and get information out there to you, researching, going over. Maybe we may be able to go into more details on a specific loan type. Let us know what you want to hear. We're here to provide the information, and we want to know what you guys are wanting to know so we can be able to educate the masses, okay? Natasja, I would love to have you come back at another time to talk about some things, if that's okay with you. If there's something that you want to kind of really just kind of hone in on. Oh, I know what, guys. We talked about it. New construction loans.
Yeah.
What's next? Yeah. So, guys, I was going to have Natasja back because she does have some new construction programs too that I feel that you all will be very interested in. If you're wanting to do a build job, you're like, hey, you know, where do I get started? She does have some really great programs that are available, as well as cash out programs. If you have property that you want to do cash out, she has those programs that's available. She also has bridge loans. She has so many things that is available that really, honestly, it really is hard to do it in a 30-minute segment on Facebook Live, which is why we're having to break it up into parts. But I will have her back to talk about more of those things. Guys, again, I just want to give her information again. Natasja with Aviscent Mortgage. And this is her information, 803-318-9526. And you can also email her at natasja@aviscent.com. If you want to contact me and say, Angelina, I need to get in touch with her and set up an appointment, that's fine too. You can do that at reaching out at dealswithangie.com. And again, join us every Tuesday at tune-ins for our Tuesday tune-ins at Facebook Live, 7 p.m., guys. Thank you so very much. Natasja, thank you. I really appreciate your time and expertise tonight. And I would love to have you back, ma'am.
Pleasure, Angie.
All right. You guys have a blessed evening. Thank you so much.